What is up, people? Dunna here, and it is that time of year again where we're all out there shopping either for our loved ones or we're getting sidetracked from shopping for our loved ones and accidentally shopping for ourselves. But either way, we're out there shopping, so I thought I'd try and help a little bit. And in today's video, I've got 20 different accessories for photographers, videographers, just camera nerds in general, all under $50. Now, a quick disclaimer, some of them might be around that $50 mark depending on where you go look for them. I'm in Canada, so 50 US dollars is kind of like 65 Canadian dollars or something. I tried to make it close. It's in that $50 range or down. Now, because I've got 20 different things to talk about and I don't usually talk about that many products in one video, I'm not gonna waste any time. We're gonna hop right into it and I'm gonna try and get through these as quick as I can. Of course, there will be links down in the description if you wanna go check them out or pick some up. So, secure the cup, and let's get into it. This is the Peak Design Leash. It's the smallest Peak Design strap that they have available. There are a couple of things that I really like about it. First of all, the way that you adjust it with these little leather pull things, and then it really just like locks into place, like it's not going anywhere. Whereas with the bigger ones, you've got this little buckle that it just kind of, it works most of the time, but it's a little fiddly. I just really appreciate how easy this one is, and I love how small it is. It takes up no space in my bag, so if I don't end up using it, not a big deal. Of course, we've still got the little attachment points that are on all the Peak Design stuff. So you just add these little anchors onto your camera, you slap that in there and you're good to go. Easy to get in, easy to get out. This is an accessory that goes along with your camera strap. It's the Falcam Strap attachment. You can see I've got the Peak Design anchor points on here so that they can attach to my camera strap. And then all you do is add a tripod plate on the bottom of your camera. I pretty much always have this one on there anyway, so it's just there ready to go. Then you slide the camera in like this, and you can press the buttons to get it out. Here's the full-size demonstration. So we get it on my strap like that. I put it in like so. I can put it behind me if I want. I can put it out front, and then I just grab the two buttons here and pull my camera back out, and I'm ready to shoot with no strap in the way. And my strap is just kind of held on my body like this, which is super nice. This is a Falcam backpack strap attachment. So you put this whole thing over top of one of the straps on your backpack so it sits kind of on your chest. And then you put a plate on your camera, just a tripod plate that comes either from Falcam, or one of the reasons why I like this one is because it fits the Peak Design plates or the PGyte plates as well. And then you can just put your camera in there and it'll hold, press the button to take it out. So I've got it attached to the strap on my backpack. I've got that plate on the bottom of my camera. There it is. Now, no hands carrying my camera around. When I need it, I press the button and I pull it out. One of the things that's both a pro and a con for this Falcam backpack strap is the way that it attaches. It's got these kind of strings that are super strong, but they can be a little bit fiddly. The nice thing about it is that basically nothing is on the back of the strap, so it doesn't dig into your shoulder as much. But some people don't necessarily trust this, and it can come apart a little bit, and try and get it back together is kind of annoying. So this is the PGyte Beetle clip, another backpack strap attachment. And I love the way that this one attaches. So it's got kind of a hinge system. You get this wrapped around your backpack strap, clamp this down, close it, and it's on there. Similar to other backpack strap attachments, you press the button to get the camera back out. Pretty straightforward. And it's got a nice rounded design, so there's not a whole lot digging into your shoulder when you've got it on your backpack strap. Next, we have the PGyte quick release plate. So when you get these, there are two pieces. There's the receptacle, and then there's the actual plate that you put on the bottom of your camera. Now, I personally love to use the PGyte plates on all my cameras over any other brand that I've used because of something that they've done with the washer inside the actual screw itself. It makes it so that it has the most secure fit, it does the least amount of accidental rotating, and if it does rotate accidentally, it doesn't loosen the screw, it just rotates and then you can fix it afterwards. And the plate that you attach to your camera is Arca-Swiss compatible as well, so you can put it on any Arca-Swiss tripod, but the way that I like to do it is by using their own quick release plate, which has an Arca-Swiss bottom here. So here's an Arca-Swiss head. You put this on top of your tripod, then you've got the plate on your camera, you put it into one side, and when you push down, it'll lock it into place. And it's so nice and secure. You can lock this on this side. So there's a little switch that you can lock. When you want to take it out, you just press that switch in again and it'll come out. With an actual camera, looks something like this. It's locked into place, press a button, pull the camera off. So nice and easy. I have so many of these around my studio, they're so handy. And there's also a 1/4-20 on the bottom, so if you want to attach it to a friction arm or something like that, you totally can. And since we're on the topic of quick releases, this is the Condor Blue Mini Lock. This is a special edition one that I got at a Sony Alpha event, so it's the Sony Alpha Orange or whatever, but you can get them in black and gray and all sorts of different colors. It's 2 pieces, so there's a receptacle again, and then the attachment piece that you would put on whatever accessory you want. Basically, slide it in and lock it into place, and you've got this nice attachment. The top part of this is also NATO rail compatible if you want to attach something with a NATO rail there. It's got RE locating pins all over the place. You get a bunch of different screws so you can use it with whatever accessories you want. And it just makes for a nice way to attach accessories to your camera or to your tripods or to places in your studio, whatever it happens to be. Here we've got the Condor Blue NATO Rail Cold Shoe Adapter. This thing might seem like kind of trivial and simple, but man, I've enjoyed having this. So basically it's got a cold shoe on the bottom, but the top part is a NATO rail. You slide it into your cold shoe like this, and then on the top we've just got an Allen key here. So we can tighten it down, and that is not going anywhere. So as opposed to most cold shoe accessories that you have to kind of try and tighten and you can't get your fingers in there, I love that this one uses an Allen wrench to actually tighten it down into place. It makes this so handy because I don't feel like it's going to fall out. I can actually use this thing with things like a top handle and feel safe with it. And speaking of which, this has quickly become my new favorite top handle lately. This is a top handle from Newer. At first glance, it looks like a pretty standard top handle. We've got a cold shoe on the back, a cold shoe on the top. We've got some RE locating spots here. We've got some 1/4-20s. So it's pretty cool in that way. But one of the things that I really love about it is that I can get a finger on the front and the rest of the fingers behind, but I can also customize that. There's a built-in tool here too. You can loosen these 2 screws, and you can put the rod anywhere along the handle that you want. You just tighten it down when you get it in the place that you like. Now, this specific top handle is a NATO rail attachment. So I've got my camera with my little NATO rail thing on the top here. So we can just slap that on there and tighten it down. And one of my favorite things about this top handle is that it works great as a normal top handle in kind of horizontal mode like this. But if we loosen off this piece here, we can actually turn it sideways like so, tighten it back down. And now if I'm shooting vertical, I've got a side handle that I can use here as well. And again, if I want to adjust this up or down, I can totally do that. It's just really versatile. This is the Small Rig Multitool, and this is in my pocket all of the time. So this is a camera specific multi-tool. On one side, we've got 3 different hex keys, and on the other side, we've got a flathead, another smaller hex key. We've got this kind of specialty hex thing. I'm not 100% sure what you'd call that. And then we've got a little star screwdriver on there. On the side, we've also got a size tester for different types of screws that we might have. You could store screws in there if you wanted, a bunch of little like 1/4-20 stuff or whatever you want there. But I just think that this specific multi-tool packs the most punch out of all the ones that I've used in terms of being small, actually being pocketable, something that I can keep in my pocket and I barely notice, but still having the most amount of tools and the easiest to use. I use this thing daily multiple times. It is so handy. This is the Nitecore BB Nano, and you can think of it like a tiny little leaf blower. It's USB-C rechargeable, it's got a filter on the back, and basically it's made to be able to blow dust away from your lenses or your sensor, any of those kinds of things, by just holding down the power button. When you do hold down the power button like that, it goes into kind of a turbo mode. If I double click the power button, it'll turn on to low. And if I hit it again, it'll go into high. Then I hold it to turn it back off. Sorry for the noise. This thing basically stays in my camera bag all the time, and it comes in handy so often when I'm switching lenses and I notice that I've got some dust on my sensor or something like that, or if I've just got like dust or debris on the outside of my lenses. This is so nice. It's handy for keyboards. It's handy for a lot of things. This is definitely something I recommend to pretty much everyone. And speaking of keeping things clean, I am obsessed with these Zeiss lens wipes. They're basically just little like wet wipes with alcohol on them, but they are so handy for cleaning filters, for cleaning lenses, for cleaning my glasses. Honestly, they're just so handy. It's super cheap to buy like a whole box of 100, or they might even have boxes with 200 or 300 of them. I absolutely love these things, and they get used all the time. This is a small rig friction arm, and it's got a clamp on one end, and there are probably 6 of them being used in my set right now. These things are so handy because you can attach different accessories and stuff to the one end. If you get the one that comes with the clamp like this, you can then attach the clamp to all sorts of things. In my case, I'm attaching a lot of clamps to like the rafters in this building, or to some arms that I've got going across the walls here, so I can attach things like lights and microphones and all those kinds of stuff to them. I even use one of these to get a top-down shot of my table here. I just put one of my quick release plates on the end of it, and I can attach a camera to it really easily. You just loosen at this one point and you can basically manipulate it however you want, which is super nice. Like I said, I have a ton of these. They come in handy all the time. This is the Ulanzi SC02 suction cup, and it comes both with the suction cup as well as the friction arm that has a NATO attachment. It's a super heavy duty suction cup, and I love that you can use this button here. So if I get it on the desk and I just start pressing this button, it's actually vacuuming all of the air out of there. And you just keep doing it until you pretty much can't press it anymore. So see, we can't see that little red line that was on there. That means it is suctioned down, and there is no way that's coming off unless you pry up by these two sides and let a little bit of air out from underneath. And so the way that that's done is with this little hole in here that connects to the pump on the outside. So you're just basically sucking all the air out from underneath it, instead of having to try and like press down and hope that you got enough pressure to make the whole thing work. It's got a NATO rail on top, so you can use this. And I love using it for inside my car, so I'll attach it to my windshield and be able to film myself, or be able to film out the front windshield. And I even attached it to my front hood once to get some driving shots. These are the Wandered tech pouches. I've got the small and the medium. These two, I'm pretty sure both came in under $50, so I'm just gonna include them both. And they do come in a bunch of different colors if you're not into black like I am, but I absolutely love the material. It's all kind of weather resistant, and the way that they've set them up is just so much more simple than a lot of tech pouches. So the small one I like to use as an audio bag, so I've got some DJI Mic 2s in there. I've got a bunch of different attachments and extra accessories for the DJI Mic 2 in some of these different pouches, but for the most part, it's kind of just like a big empty space. So I can fit whatever I need in the bottom, and then I've got a couple of little mesh pockets on either side for extra accessories and stuff. And in my opinion, the best part about it is that the material isn't so rigid that it's not foldable. So what I mean by that is that some bags are so rigid, some tech pouches are so rigid that however big they are, that's how much space they're gonna take up in your bag, no matter what you put in it. But with this one, I can actually fold away some of the extra material that isn't being filled up, so it takes up less space in my bag. The medium one, I typically use for cables and kind of extras when I'm traveling. It's set up a little bit differently. It does have some dividers in the main pocket, but for the most part, it's still just kind of one big space that I can put all sorts of stuff in. And they've got these little attachments, so if you use Wandered backpacks, you can also attach these on the outside of the bag as well. This is a Swan Scout 3-in-1 iPhone charger. Now my iPhone goes everywhere with me, so having a good charger makes a lot of sense. What I love about this one is that it's MagSafe compatible, so I can just slap my phone on like that and start charging. But then also in the back, we've got an Apple Watch charger, and we've also got wireless charging for your AirPods, and it works through my AirPods case, which is super important. I've had a couple that don't work through my AirPods case. So I just set my AirPods case right on there and it'll charge all 3 devices all at the same time. But when I'm not using it, I can just fold it away to nothing like that. And it's got a schmancy little clock on the front too. This is my Peak Design iPhone case, and they are my favorite iPhone cases. Specifically, this was a collaboration with Peak Design and Nomad. I'm not sure if this one's still going, but the other Peak Design cases are still absolutely fantastic. And one of the things that's the best about them is their quick release system here. So this is like a little clip that you can add their extra accessories and such on. So this is like a kind of a GoPro mount, and you can see that little square in the middle there. Not only does this magnetize onto the kind of MagSafe area on the back, but it also clips into that square like so. And now it's not going anywhere until I pinch and pull. And that just makes it so much more secure if you're using this for like kind of biking or in your car or something like that. It just kind of secures it down a little bit better, and I love that. But honestly, the case itself is just fantastic. This is the Peak Design stand wallet, and it goes perfectly with my Peak Design iPhone case. So first and foremost, it's a great wallet. You just pull up this magnetic flap here, and when you pull it out, you get all your cards out. So I can fit lots of cards in there. I really don't think I'm supposed to have that many in there, but I made it work. It also magnetizes to the back of my phone, just like that, and it acts like a stand. I love that I can use it vertically like this, or I can use it horizontally. It's super handy for when I'm like watching movies and stuff. And because it's my wallet, it goes everywhere with me, so I've always got a little phone stand if I need it. But if I want to take that to the next level, this is the Peak Design mobile tripod. This one specifically is a special edition that they did a collaboration with Carryology. The normal one is just black. So you attach this to the back of your phone. It just uses magnets and then it'll stay on there. It's super sleek, so I barely notice it if I just leave that on there and it's in my pocket. And then when I need to, I just pull this out and I've got a little tripod. This thing is super handy for filming myself if I need to, or just again for watching movies and stuff like that. It'll work horizontally, it'll work vertically, and it's just so sleek and small. It barely takes up any space in my pocket, so I barely notice it's there. This may be my most used accessory on this list. This is the Fellow Carter Move 12-ounce cup. It is an awesome traveler cup. It's lasted me so long. This is actually the second one that I've had. They do have different types of lids. So one is just a basic screw off lid. This one has this kind of like special push thing, and then you sip out of the one side. It's really kind of cool. I don't know what it is about camera people and coffee and tea, but everybody seems to be into it somehow. So this will keep your drinks hot for a long time. I pretty much take this wherever I go, and then if I go into a coffee shop or whatever, I get them to make my drink in here. We're good to go. And finally, something that I actually don't have here with me is my Ugreen 65-watt GAN charger. It is the cutest little thing. It has a tiny little face on it. And the reason that I don't have it here is because I use it beside my bed to charge my phone and stuff at night. So it's literally beside my bed right now. But it is absolutely awesome. It packs so much of a punch. I can charge my laptop on it if I need to. It has little cute little legs and, like I said, a little face. It's just adorable. I mean, if you're gonna get a charger, you might as well get an adorable one. It's got 3 different outputs on it. 2 of them are USB-C, 1 of them is USB-A, and it barely takes up any space, which is so handy. So those are my 20 different accessories, all for under $50. Let me know down in the comments if any of these stand out to you that you might want to get, or you might want to get for someone you know. Again, there are links for all of these if you want to go check them out a little bit more in the description. If you use those links, it supports the channel and it doesn't cost you any extra. There are also some links down there that show you different stores you can get them from, so you can do some price checking, see if there are any sales on right now. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'll try and help as best as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.